What's up? I'm back. In this segment, I'm going to talk about a little bit about A.O.H. What's our purpose? Um, I basically formed this channel. Pretty soon, we'll form this association because I really believe that healers are kind of underappreciated. Um, in a lot of different ways, I really truly believe that healers are going to be the true revolutionaries of the world. And I think what happens is that it gets underappreciated because many people think you can sidestep healing. And when you hear healers, you kind of, the world's kind of more about illusion or swagger, as some people would say, more than substance. And I think what happens is sometimes with traditional metaphysical teachers, you can sound deeper talking about other subjects that people don't know about. Or if you're into, let's say, politics and you're a protester, you're an activist, healing is something that, ah, it's like, in a lot of people's mind, there's more important things to worry about. So in a lot of different ways, I think healers do go underappreciated because many people don't really realize that. And a lot of, like, when you start to really go into, if you're into metaphysics, right, and you're into higher occult information in general, what you really don't realize is in a lot of the higher orders, you have to go through healing first before you go through metaphysics, especially if you weren't born into that world. Meaning, if you were a kid and you got initiated when you're like 5, 6 years old, even 13 years old, right? It's different. You're born into that world. You probably live in a lifestyle that you could learn healing, but you don't have to get extreme. When you come from the matrix angle, a lot of us we've never really taken care of ourselves. So a lot of different times our bodies are damaged, our minds are damaged. Because a lot of times when people think healing, they just think I'm talking about health, food. And for some healers they do that. But I think a complete healer has to be able to heal on multi-dimensional levels because human beings are multi-dimensional beings. So you have to be able to heal spiritually, physically, and emotionally, even financially sometimes. Because that's the process of what true healing is. A lot of different times when you heal, you can heal somebody through diet, and that seems like it corrects the problem, and it will help, no question. But there might be still some emotional blockages or some energy blockages that the person might still have. So you have to be able to work on many different levels. What I want to do here in AOH is I want to invite other healers. Um, I have other YouTube channel, obviously, and you know, I have a substantial amount of followers or people who follow my work. And I think that sometimes a lot of healers are very good. They're just not really known. So what I want to do is be able to help a lot of healers get on. If you're a competent healer, to be honest, um, to be able to get more exposure for your work because there are a lot of sick people out here. And honestly, for me personally, I practice more preventive style healing. A lot of people need actual healers now who could heal conditions. So for me, I like to look at myself as a referral service where I refer you to somebody else. So even if somebody reaches out to me and I like their work, I'll put them on the channel, make a video, talk about yourself, talk about what you do, talk about your products. I have no problem doing that. In a lot of different ways, there are a lot of different organizations that exist, and there are a lot of certain healing organizations that exist as well. But or to all people who practice alternative medicine. Um, but the thing is that I feel from a certain perspective as healers, sometimes we get into too much debates that we shouldn't have be. Like whether you practice Ayurvedic medicine, you practice more African style medicine, indigenous Native American style medicine, Chinese medicine, Tibetan medicine. There's so many different routes. Sometimes I feel that we get too caught up in which one's the best. And I personally believe there is no best. They all have different strengths, different weaknesses, and they approach things differently. Some people, what way work for one person may not work for the other person. So for me personally, I come from more the alchemy stand when it comes to healers. So for us, we do more plant alchemy and plant medicine, and even use metals in our work. I don't use metals yet personally, but plant alchemy is definitely something I use. I think that we all have different strengths, and I think as a unit, we're stronger together. I think when you start talking about politics and economics and other type of spirituality or even social, um, what's going on socially, I think you can argue more and there's room to debate more. I think when it comes to healing, there is no real debate because people are sick and we gotta do what's best to heal them. Even for them to learn spiritually, like a lot of people are studying. I see people reading hundreds of books and they're not changing because spiritually they're the same, because they have to heal their minds. and literally, and their bodies. So a lot of different ways. Sometimes healers, having more healers and having healers work together benefits everybody. And I really believe that in a sense we have to come together because I think that I just think in general, when you try to get people to come together based on economics, social issue, politics, it doesn't work because it's too big a difference in people's viewpoints, whether you're right or left or independent, or even pro government against the government. You love society, you hate society, you think the Matrix is the worst thing in the world. I just think in general that healers or it's just the topic healing. It's just a topic that basically people can unify or come together on without all the other drama that comes with it. And I'm not one of those healers that are against Western medicine at all. I believe Western medicine has a place just like alternative medicine does. Um, I think really the real key to healing is blending the East and West together with a little unknown alchemic principles as well. And I think that's the key. So doctors, health professionals, I welcome all y'all. I'm not one of those healers that is anti-Western medicine at all. I just think Western medicine and I can say this for all about alternative medicine too these days. Because we live in a capitalist society, Western medicine has made themselves become infiltrated by people who or by forces that want to keep people sick. And I think in general, Western medicine and Eastern medicine or traditional medicine can work together because while I think for degenerative diseases, Western medicine has definitely failed. I think when it comes to trauma, you getting people get into accidents, Western medicine can be very beneficial. And I also think, in general, at times, in times to come, even healers would have to implement Western techniques in their system for the most part. There's no question about that. So I definitely think both camps can work together, and I hope to be a part of that. So if you're a healer, healthcare professional, reach out. Let's talk. If you really want, if you're a true healer or a true healthcare professional, I gotta make sure you're authentic. I'll even put you on my channel just to get you a little more publicity. So I hope this is the beginning of a beautiful relationship. Until next time, peace.